Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Tony Plays The Binding of Isaac. You see there, 5-win streak, which means we are taking on one of my most hated characters again. Due to some weird, dumb clause I gave myself that I would, every 5 wins, play Tainted Lost, so as to not clog up every video with failed Tainted Lost runs. And to give myself an incentive to do good so I can try and get this guy out of the way. Anyways, truth be told, all of that aside, hope y'all are doing well. I'm doing pretty fine, you know. Nice and lovely Monday. I don't know, lovely quote unquote. Depends on how you feel about Mondays, me personally. I mean, yeah, they're alright, they're cool, they're Mondays. But you know, it is what it is. More so, just kind of looking forward to the week ahead, hopefully, just, you know, be able to get through with a solid week, nothing too crazy going on, nothing bad, just mediocre, middle of the road ass week, you know, that's kind of what Tony's hoping for right now. And hopefully I can also beat Code Veronica X because I really want to beat that game. Have not played since last time I recorded, and I played earlier in the day, mainly just because, I mean, you know, I did low-key record kind of late at night yesterday, so that's why, not that's why, but you know, I've got honestly nothing really new other than some slight noticings that I've had. Might be thinking, Tony, what the hell are you talking about? I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I didn't necessarily grow up on this, but it is something I was aware of in my youth, and then as I got a little older, I decided to watch, and pretty much was made very much aware of a series known as Red vs. Blue. Now, I didn't watch it during its Halo 1, Halo 2 era, but right around the Halo 3 time, there was a very notable Easter egg. And I remember the people over at Rooster Teeth saying like, oh yeah, it's like, you know, this is us, or whatever. And just also hearing the Easter egg in game, you're like, these are members of Rooster Teeth. Kinda then, only around that time was I like, a bit intrigued, you know what I mean? I was a bit intrigued, I was a bit like, what's going on here? With this with these red versus blue characters, you know what I mean? And so, I'm not gonna lie, kind of ever since then, I found myself to be a solid fan of Red vs. Blue, which is very funny actually, considering I knew about Rooster Teeth before I ever knew about the actual show they had in Halo, you know what I mean? It just gets a little, I think maybe that might be par for the course for a lot of people, but still, very funny, very cool. Anyways, something that has really shown through with that recently is, I don't know what exactly has caused it, but in recent time, I have seen, specifically on Twitter, a whole bunch of of this one account posting a lot of sick ass clips from Red vs. Blue. If you have never seen the later seasons of Red vs. Blue, shit gets crazy. Around the time when like Monty's there, man, oh my god, it's goated unironically. But to you know, not rebuttal, but like, you know, speak on that a little bit. It's very funny because I've seen this account post this, you know what I mean? I've seen this account out here posting these clips of Red vs. Blue, these sick ass clips that are like, man, this is wicked. Like, these fight scenes are goated as hell. And then it's kind of had me, I saw a quote tweet that I really much agreed with, and it's very funny, and that is, if anyone is like seeing these posts, seeing the choreography and noticing how cool it is, and deciding to get into Red vs. Blue because of, you know, this Twitter account posting these clips, I feel like they're gonna be in for a real wake-up call when they gotta sit through like 15 plus hours of just dudes sitting around shooting the shit in Halo, you know what I mean? Like in the game Halo 1. Because it's, you know, it didn't start in its crazy, you know, it didn't get to like a whole evolved level until way later on in the series lifespan, but just funny enough to just think you see a good chunk of just guys sitting around in Halo Combat Evolved talking before you get to any of the, I guess, crazy stuff that the account was posting. You know what I mean? It's just something I found real funny, real like, this is something I never really noticed. You know what I mean? Until I kind of picked up on it because of the tweet pointing it out. So it's got me interested in rewatching Red vs. Blue again. I haven't seen it in forever, and I'm gonna be real with you, I haven't necessarily kept up with it past, like, I'm gonna be real with you, I did not even know there was like a season, like a new season, a season 19 called like Family Shatters or whatever. And same thing with 18 and whatnot. I'm gonna be so real with you, I was just like, man, what the? Okay, I got some catching up to do, but to rewatch it again, you know, it was just low-key. I remember seeing a post that I also thought was kind of insane. It's low-key kind of crazy that like Red vs. Blue was on, what's it called? It was on Netflix for like a pretty long point of time, you know? Red vs. Blue wasn't just something that some guys made on their own website and then, you know, also on YouTube. In Halo, it was like legitimately fully on Netflix as well, which is kind of crazy to think about, you know what I mean? It's just like, damn, what the hell? You feel me? It's just a little crazy. It's just a little crazy, I guess is what I'm trying to say, to really think about it in that sense, you know? It's like it's a little bit of an odd observation. But overall, I'm gonna need to rewatch it again. I'm currently trying to find the best way to do that outside of just uploads on YouTube. But you know, that's like a whole story for like a different time. But you know, it's just like, bro, it's crazy, and I'm hoping to dive deep once more and experience low-key the goatedness that came out of that show. I don't necessarily think that show was like formative for a young Tony, but it definitely was something great to watch. That's for damn sure. You know what I mean? It was definitely something great to watch. That's, I can say without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt. But yeah, I'm currently just getting myself into trouble, I guess, regarding that sense. Not into trouble like, no, okay, all right, I shouldn't say that. I'm more so just trying to, you know, trying to watch. And I'm currently just trying to figure out, I guess, how to do that in the meantime. Oh well, it is what it is though. Besides that, not really much pushing on the agenda today, I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. Other than just, I feel like I've been complaining a lot recently, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be real with y'all, I feel like these past few episodes I've been complaining a lot. It's a little odd, you know. I like to keep a good balance. I was over here speaking like what is it, Porky Pig? Is that his name from Looney Tunes? I'm over here. I like to keep a good balance, is what I'm trying to say, of some positivity with some little bit of complaint / negativity. You know what I mean? I low-key recently been thinking of rewatching House. I think I actively remember telling y'all I was watching House earlier in the year, and then I kind of stopped at a certain point. I'm gonna be real with you, I couldn't remember when. All I know is that I saw a video that essentially had spoiled like a whole bunch of House for me, which is fine. I'm gonna be so real with y'all. Personally, me, I'm a little bit of a weirdo in this sense. I like being spoiled sometimes. I don't know what it is. I just, something about having the knowledge, you know what I mean? It like preps me. It gets me like wanting to actively see what goes down or whatever, you know what I mean? It might be a little bit of a dumb take, you know. You could be like, Tony, that's stupid, whatever, you know. Maybe it is stupid. I don't know, I'm not gonna argue. But me personally, once I get spoiled on something, I'm gonna be real with you, it low-key makes me want to watch it a little bit more. And that's just something that happened with House. I got spoiled on the entire finale. I got spoiled on like crucial episodes and what happens in some of that, and I'm gonna be real with you, instead of making me like, oh man, I don't want to watch this anymore. It made me wake up and was like, I gotta rewatch House. I remember watching the first few seasons a little bit ago, and then I think I stopped on like season 5 or something. Little did I know, like, it would get wicked, bro. Things would get insane. And so that's low-key how it got me, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. That's low-key God, hey? I don't know why I did it like that. I'm gonna be completely real with you, bro. It low-key kind of got me like, I need to watch House, you know? I need to see what's going on. I need to see what's up. What happens in this show? Because I remember watching this show not too long ago. Not too long ago. I remember taking a gander at this show and enjoying it, honestly, a lot. But I feel like I've been missing out on the comings and goings, so I'm probably gonna end up rewatching. I don't know why. I'm in like a real, what's it called? I'm in like a I need to watch shows mood. You know what I mean? A part of me feels like I've been out of the loop on so much for low key so long. You feel me? That's not that good. I'm gonna be real with you. If I had like Perthrow, that would be better. But as of right now, that don't speak to me as like a good item. But I'm gonna be so real with you, bro. Like, I just don't know what it is. Some switch or whatever just recently flipped on, but it's kind of got me in like a I need to experience media mood. You know what I mean, bro? I'm over here wanting to rewatch House. I'm wanting to rewatch Red vs. Blue. I'm not gonna lie to you, there has been a small itch. I've been seeing some clips again of Better Call Saul, and it kind of got me like, man, Better Call Saul was low-key one of the greatest shows I think that has ever existed. Unironically. I might not be a good merit for what makes a phenomenal show that is amazing and everyone should take a gander at / watch. To be completely honest with you, alright? I might not be the best marker for that. And the main reason being is I just haven't consumed media like that. You know what I mean? I've seen a whole bunch of shows. I've seen Walking Dead, dropped it after my brother dropped it because I kind of mainly watched it a lot because it was a show me and him both enjoyed. And then it slowly started dying down and me and him stopped watching it. I watched, what's it called, man? Honestly, the only shows or whatever I feel like I've watched have been anime that I myself have kind of sought after. No one recommended me Initial D. I sought after Initial D because, I mean, I've heard of it before. I remember seeing some arcade cabinets in my local arcade for the racing game, and it interested me enough to be like, I like cars. Yeah, I'll track it down. I'll watch it. I watched JoJo's off a friend's recommendation, and I fell in love with it, and I watched everything. I've read everything except for JoJo Lands. I read the first 3 chapters of JoJo Lands, and after having to wait so long for each of JoJolian's like final chapters, I'm not even joking, I'm pretty sure I've said this before, but I love JoJolion. It's one of my, it's like I think my second favorite JoJo part. And when it was initially coming out, I was reading the like the colored version of it, the English translated colored version, but that was like a couple chapters behind. Oh no, I think it was like 10 chapters behind. So I ended up starting to read the black and white version, And when I read the black and white version, I ended up getting caught up. So I had to wait out the last 2.5 years pretty much of JoJo Lin in order to finally see the conclusion. And having done that, I'll be real with you, I would prefer to not do it again with JoJo Lands. So I did read the first 3 chapters. I think it's very, you know, solid. It's cool, but I need to wait. I need to pace myself, dare I say. I need to wait out the remainder of the show, or the remainder of the chapters, to see if I'm really fucking with it like that. You know what I mean? So I've read most of all JoJo media. You know, I have seen it. I have, you know, Nichijou. I love Nichijou. Kinda didn't really find that one, like, you know, I kind of sought that one out. Not a recommendation. What else? Given. I forgot how I even found Given. I'm gonna be so real with you. I forgot what I don't even think it was, definitely wasn't a recommendation from anyone I know, because they wouldn't watch that show. Nothing against, like, I don't think they're hateful or anything. More so, like, you know, the shit that happens just ain't really their cup of tea. You feel me? Well, I don't have a mouse guy. And I don't mean like a squeak mouse. I mean like, I mean, you don't even tell. Look, he's a cursor, bro. He's a cursor. That's what it is, a cursor. I've forgotten my words. But, you know, I just don't think any of them would be really watching like yaoi like that, you know what I mean? Or BL, Boys Love, whatever. So it was more so, what's it called? I think I just stumbled upon the subreddit and I was like, oh, that seems cool. You know, I think I'd like this, and then I started watching it. You know, random chance, no recommendation, just pure random chance. I stumbled upon the subreddit. I feel like a lot of these shows have not been recommended to me. I've had to seek them out. And even then, it's not like all of these shows are Criterion classics that everyone is aware of. You know what I mean? There are probably some people out there that are just hearing about, like, Given for the first time or something like that. You feel me? That's just kind of the nature of it. That's just genuinely the nature of how it goes with like shows slash things like that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's not like a sad thing or like a hatred thing either, truth be told. That's, like I said, that's literally just the way it goes with that shit sometimes. And essentially, I guess, I don't know, maybe it's just Tony wanted to catch up for years of lost media, not really media, but just like missing out. You know, it might be FOMO working at its finest. It might not be, truth be told, you know? All I gotta say is it's really good. But all I have to say is I just want to watch stuff, you know what I mean? That's essentially, that's the driving factor here in all of this, really, for me. Is just, I just want to watch stuff, man. I don't think I live a boring life or whatever, but when I'm not only playing video games or working out, you know, there's a whole bunch of free time that I guess could be filled with, I don't know, I guess one might say a little bit more of, why did I do that? I did not mean to pop that. That's actually so dumb of me. Why did I do that? Ugh. I'm so stupid. Why did I actually do that, bro? No, I should have donated. I should have donated, bro. I didn't need to rob from my future self anymore. Robbing your future self? Oh. Tony talking about credit and has a joke. It's a joke that is a diss towards credit, even though I would definitely say credit is a good thing. I like the 25% increased familiar damage. However, I like shops in the in womb and corpse more. Or I guess not really corpse, more like I like shops in womb more. So we can go up path, the better path. Then we're gonna pop this, see what happens. Fire rate up. Not too shabby, but I feel like it's slow. Oh well, it is what it is. What can you do? Oh my god. I got scared for a second, bro. Why did it shoot out? Ah, I forgot they can do that sometimes. Up or down? Right? I don't think it's the right path. Maybe, actually. I don't know. But, you know, I maybe it's FOMO like I'm saying, but I just feel like I've missed out on what some might call classics or amazing, great shows. And I kind of just want to play catch up. In my free time that I seem to have a decent amount of, a part of me is just wanting to play a little bit of catch up. And I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Is that so bad? Is wanting to play a little bit of catch up, is that so horrible or such a bad thing to want to do? I don't think so. Granted, I don't think anyone is saying it's bad, Tony. I don't know. Maybe I'm just doing that weird thing where like I'm trying to make the case for something no one's arguing against. You know what I mean? Oh, I forgot there were shops. Ugh, I'm a moron. Uh-oh. Well, that was something. Oh, that's even worse. That is highly unfortunate. Granted, you could make, you know, not even, no, there's no argument to be had here. That's just bad. Getting Little Baggy was horrible because I think this is my last holy card for the remainder of the game or something like that, right? Something stupid like that? Maybe? Is that useful? I guess it could be. I don't know. I don't deem it useful. Are we going star? Up it is. That it just kind of sucks, I guess, that I got that. That's actually really bad and I hate it greatly. The I'm excited is making it even worse. Truth be told. I'm gonna be so real with you. Having I'm excited isn't good. It literally could lead to me dying just out of nowhere. And there's not much I can really do about it either. That's the great part. Is I'm excited can kind of just like fuck me out of nowhere if it wants to. You feel me? That's just the way it is. Like that. Like now. Like that. I hate this game so much. I wish this game nothing but death and pain and misery. Holy water, D20. Holy water's really good. D20 is something, I guess. Oh my god, hello? Why was he gonna murder me in 1 second? What's the dealio with that? Alright, I don't like this. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not vibing with this. We're just gonna fight Mega Satan. We're just gonna see what happens. I'm gonna be real. We just gonna see what happens. If I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. Oh well. But yeah, I don't know, bro. You feel me? I'm missing out on some good media, and I feel like catching up doesn't sound like too bad of a thing. You know what I mean? That's honestly, that's genuinely just really the feeling. I've missed out on, I think, a lot, and I want to play catch up because I kind of want to be in the know, you know? Not that there's anything wrong with sticking to your own little, I don't use this phrase in a mean way, your own little weird niche, you know what I mean? I feel like there's definitely nothing wrong with me sticking to watching my anime or whatever. Oh my god, speaking of anime, actually, yesterday marked the premiere of season, not the premiere, I guess it was technically, season 3 episode 2 of One Punch Man. I'm gonna be so real with you, bro. I was mad worried for the animation going into the most recent season, and this most recent episode did not, it did not promise much. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, bro. It was really worrying. I'm gonna be real, man. There was literally a still of a character sliding down a hill, and it looked horrible. We did it! Oh my god. Speaking of, we just... Oh my goodness. Am I tripping? He's done. Oh my god, alright. Well, fellas, that's Tainted Lost for you. I want to thank y'all for watching. If you guys did enjoy, greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good day and or good night, depending on the time reviewing this. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.